So we just looked at the exponentiation problem. There is one issue, however, that x to the power of n for, let's say, different values of x and n can become very, very large. For example, 2 to the power of 75, in fact, has 23 digits. Now, this means a lot of memory. A practical way to solve this, whenever we have powers of large numbers, or let's say large power of numbers, a practical way to solve this would be to use what is called a modular exponentiation. The idea is that instead of doing, for example, 2 to the power of 75, we may do this modulo a certain number. Modulo, remember, is the remainder which we get using the percentage sign. So we do this modulo with respect to a certain number. The good thing with this is that once I do this modulo, the answer can be only 0, 1, 2, 3 until say p minus 1. So a large number, becomes very small depending on the modulo. Now, the interesting bit is this, right? That I do not have to calculate all of this upfront and then do a modulo. In fact, as part of the calculation itself, we can do the modulo, and that comes by this fact that, look, if I have two numbers a and b, a mod p is say r1, b mod p is r2, then a times b mod p is r1 times r2 mod p. Now you can prove this in various ways. I'm not getting into that here. Always happy to discuss if you are interested. But let's take an example. Let's say 12 mod 5 is 2. Well, because 12 is 5 times 2 plus 2. Remember, modulo is the remainder. And 18 mod 3, 18 mod 5 is, sorry, 3, because again 3 is the remainder when I take 18 and divide it by 5. Now when I look at 12 times 18, that is 216. Mod 5, that's going to be same as 2 times 3 mod 5, because remember r1 r2 mod 5, and hence that is 1. Now how does this apply to our program? Remember, there are two places in which we are doing multiplication in our program. Once for the result and also for the base. Now the base multiplication, base times base, keeps happening every iteration, whereas the result happens only when I get a 1 in the least significant bit of my exponent. Or you can also say, as I keep decaying the exponent by, let's say, 2, every time I become odd number, I do the result, right? So all I need to do really is to make sure that in both those places I do a modulo a multiplication. So we can see this with an example. So notice here, I have defined p as 5, so p is going to be a modulo. So I just say, okay, look, base has to be x modulo p, because the base itself, if it's too large, then I must immediately fix this, right? Subsequently, I do a multiplication at this stage, which is the result state. I do this modulo p, I do this also modulo p. When I now run this, 2 to the power 75 modulo 5 is indeed 3. Well, I can verify that this is the case, because when I do the same calculation without modulo, I get a huge number coming out, and the ending of that is 6, 8, which means if I divide this by 5, I'm sorry, I'm going to get 3 as a remainder. So definitely it's correct. Now just one point to sort of think about. We spoke about the complexity of this, logarithmic in nature, and we can see that, so the number of times I do a multiplication, well, first of all, I'm going to multiply this in every iteration, which means that's the number of bits in the binary representation of the number of the exponent. And secondly, I find that whenever I have a 1 bit in the in the binary representation, I also do this, right? So then it's a function of two things: how many bits are there in the exponent, which is how large is the exponent, and how many of those bits are 1. And it's basically, if you just kind of take that logic forward, you realize that the complexity has become from being order of n in a naive case to order of log of n. Now, those of you who have learned about search, you'll realize that the same exact thing happens when you go in a linear search, order of n, to, let's say, binary search, which is order of log of n. And that's exactly what's going on here. That's exactly why this is much, much more efficient compared to naively computing the exponentiation. Look at these connections, think about these connections. They make the learning much more alive, and they make you say, do think through these connections, do look at these connections, do think about them, do look at these connections, do think about them, because they make your learning much, much more interesting. As always, happy to discuss. This video is a part of the WiByte Algorithms and Olympiad track. All the material for WiByte curriculum is available online. Look at our website, www.wibyte.in, and forever enjoy coding. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.